What's the story, Morning Glory? What is the word? Hummingbird. Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for this very quick conversation about some reality TV BS. So, I didn't know that Veronica from 90 Day Fiance Pillow Talk, and I guess she was also on 90 Day Fiance The Single Life, which I don't watch, unfortunately, but there's a whole lot going on over there. So I'm probably going to binge watch this most recent season and then start watching it along with everybody else next season if it comes back. But I just found out that Veronica and Jamal were dating. Jamal, the son of Kim, who's on 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. I didn't know they were dating. I thought it was just rumors, but evidently, I guess at the tell all, they had confirmed that they were seeing one another. They talked about how they met and that they were dating, but they were in an open relationship. And Jamal had said that he is still dating or seeing other people, but he is using protection. And it seems like Veronica is in agreement with all of this and she's okay with this, that they are in this open relationship. The only one that has a problem with it is Tim. So I don't know if this was on the tell all or at some other point in time. Tim was saying that he really didn't care for this relationship because he thinks that Veronica deserves a whole lot better than to date someone who wants to be in an open relationship and who is actively sleeping with and seeing other people. And Tim went on to say that he thinks that Veronica should be with someone who can put her on a pedestal because that's what she deserves. And I'm just like, Tim, I don't believe in being like super duper critical of your friends or loved ones' relationships because the heart wants what the heart wants. And to tell someone that you're close to, oh, I don't think you should be dating this person. Oh, I don't think this person is really good for you. I think that you're just spinning your wheels. And so, Tim, Veronica's 37 years old. She's a grown woman. She can do whatever she wants. She knows exactly what she's doing. And, just let it be and be supportive and be happy for both of them. If both of them are happy, be happy for both of them. I did not watch 90 Day Fiance The Single Life, so I do not know, the details of the relationship or anything like that. But from what I have read, it seems like they're both happy to be with one another. And I like Veronica. I've grown to really, really like her on Pillow Talk. And I love Jamal. And I think the two of them together is fantastic. I think it's great, unless I'm missing something. So Tim needs to be a little bit more supportive of his ex-fiance's newfound relationship. He also went on to say that Veronica was being a little bit hypocritical because she's always getting on his case about dating younger women, but here she is dating a younger man. Well, honey, she hadn't met a younger man like Jamal. Jamal looks like he can turn a whole bunch of women into cougars. Okay. Jamal seems like the kind of person, and I'm probably reading too much into it, but he seems like the kind of person that when you meet him, he probably checks all the boxes for a lot of women, old and young. Okay. And he seems like the kind of person that tells you up front what kind of person he is and what he expects and what you should expect from him. He probably is the kind of person that will give you that whole spiel about, hey, we can kick it, but I'm not really ready to settle down or to be in a very serious commitment. I still want to do my own thing. And if you're cool with that, we can be down. If you're not cool with that, well, I'm just letting you know you can walk away or whatever. And I feel like the women, because he's so charming and he's cute as a button and he's got this very great, he's everything. He is intelligent. He is good looking. He is compassionate. He is just, like a really nice guy from what I can see on TV. And it seems like when you meet someone like that and they lay down the law of who they are and what they're all about, you're like, oh, okay, that's fine. That's cool. Yeah, we can be in an open relationship. That's okay. I understand. I accept it. But then the further along you go with him, you start catching feelings and then you want to fight somebody. And then you're not ready for him to be with other people. You're no longer cool with that anymore. And you want to keep him all to yourself because he just seems so lovable. So I hope that Veronica will protect her heart as long as he wants to as long as he wants to keep this an open relationship, I hope that Veronica will definitely protect her heart, because I think it's easy to fall for a guy like Jamal. That's just my personal opinion. And Tim, support her and support Jamal and be happy for them. Okay, you can be the best man at their wedding. Now let's talk about Miss Cynthia Bailey. Okay, so with Cynthia Bailey, what I want to talk about with her is, why are they so... Okay, first of all, I'm going to say this. Obviously, it is nobody's business about what went on in their marriage, okay? Obviously. It doesn't matter to anybody the real reason or the real cause of what caused them to get a divorce. But hey, the blogs are talking about it, so I'm going to talk about it. So initially, when they had filed for divorce, after less than 2 years of marriage, Cynthia had said that they were no longer friends. You know, their friendship was fading fast or something to that effect. They were no longer friends. And she left it at that. Okay, fine, we can respect that. Then we find out that her initial divorce filing had accused Mike Hill of cheating. I don't know what happened, but that was retracted. And her team had said that that was included in the pleadings by accident. I guess that can happen. If you're checking a whole bunch of boxes and you're going too fast, maybe you accidentally checked the infidelity box. So when that came out, they went ahead and they retracted and they did a new filing without the whole infidelity. Now it comes out that I think she was being interviewed on Carlos King's little talk show. And they were talking about, did she miss any red flags? Because Mike Hill had said on The Real Housewives of Atlanta that he has never been faithful with any woman. And Cynthia had said that because of the fact that he has gone through this journey of finding himself and becoming a better man and putting the past behind him, she took him at face value. Like, if he tells me that he's changed and he's not going to be doing those shenanigans, he's not going to be up to the old Mike Hill, I'm going to take him for what he presents himself to me as. Marriage lasted less than 2 years, right? Now they're getting a divorce, right? Or they probably have already divorced. So now people are saying, Cynthia, didn't you see these red flags because of the fact that, blah, blah, blah. He was never faithful, this, that, and the third. And, Cynthia playing this whole naive game. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Cynthia, you have been around the block more than a couple of times. You've been married. You've been in long-term relationships. You have a grown daughter. Okay. You've lived a full life. Like, how do you not take that as a red flag? I believe that Mike Hill was unfaithful. Okay. I kind of tend more to believe that, because just from what I've been reading and, the pieces that I've been putting together, I'm going to assume that he was being unfaithful. And in my personal opinion, you can only, and I know this is probably going to come off wrong, but you can only really predict how a person is going to be by looking at their past. And I know that people like to tell their stories and tell their testimony of how they've changed. And I think in a lot of ways, yeah, people do and they are able to change. I believe in change. I totally believe in that. I believe that someone who was struggling with an addiction can live a life without that addiction. Someone who used to run the streets and break the law can live a life, can be a law-abiding citizen. I believe in all of that. But I think when it comes to relationships and issues of the heart, I kind of lose my faith in believing in whether or not a person has completely changed. I kind of lose my faith in that. I kind of do. So I think with Mike Hill and Cynthia, I think it was infidelity that drove them apart. And I just don't buy this whole thing about, oh, we just were no longer friends. Yeah, you're no longer friends because he was cheating on you. And her trying to be like, I'm a trusting woman. I'm a forgiving woman. I believed his past was his past. His past had nothing to do with her. But now it kind of seems like Cynthia, like his past was revisiting y'all's marriage. His past was like that third party in y'all's marriage. Now, should she had not married Mike Hill, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have married Mike Hill if I was her. I wouldn't have married Mike Hill. I feel like, yeah, I don't think she should have married Mike Hill. I don't think so. Because I remember that one scene, The Real Housewives of Atlanta, when he was having some kind of a party. I think she had traveled to LA to go see him. And he was having, I think it was a birthday party. And it was at his house. And all of his guests were women. And all of his guests were women. And a good chunk of them were ex-girlfriends. The majority of the guests, I think there was probably like one, if there were any men, it was probably like one or two men. But the majority of the people there were all women. There were his friends, his exes, women in his life, women who have personal relationships with him. And I thought that was really odd. Like, you don't hang out with no dudes at all. I thought that was really odd. But yeah, I feel like with Mike Hill, I think he cheated on Cynthia. And hopefully, Cynthia, you've learned your lesson. Cynthia knows how to pick them, right? I mean, from Peter Thomas to Mike Hill, she knows how to pick them. Her best bet was Leon, but that's in the past. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. On your way out, please don't forget to rate the video. If you like this content, go ahead and subscribe, and I will definitely talk to you later. Bye.